We're putting in a center pivot system that consists of 5 pivots that will irrigate approximately 475 acres, all located in this area around our home operation. And we're building a 19-acre pond that we plan to use for supply of water for the irrigation units. The pond will hold approximately 100 acre-feet of water, and then it will be recharged by both surface runoff, tile drainage. The majority of the acres that are being irrigated naturally drain back into that pond, and so the combination of tile drainage and surface runoff will refill the pond. And then in addition, we have a withdrawal permit from the DNR to use water from a nearby creek that we can use to refill it. So we've got 3 options to fill it. I believe one-time capacity is approximately 2 inches per acre. Well, in this area, and we've put irrigation on other farms, and up until now we've used well water as a source of water. In this case, we were somewhat limited with water. It was questionable whether or not we could get adequate water supply to run these pivots. We maybe could, maybe not. And so in looking at the site, I felt there was an area that would be a logical location for a pond. And so I worked with our local contractor, and one day he came out and I said, I just took him back to the site and showed him the site. And I said, do you think this would be, I mean, what's your opinion? Do you think we could put a pond here? And so he opens his phone and he calls Tom at Agrian, and he asked if we had time to come back to the office. So I came back to my office. We did a go-to meeting, and basically within half an hour we had all the plans we needed. Well, first of all, it verified that it was a good location for a pond, and then we had basically we had all the information that my contractor would have needed to build that pond. I thought it was amazing, and for a couple of reasons. One, I mean, from a cost standpoint, it's extremely efficient, and in very short order, we knew that we had a logical location for a pond, even though we knew at the time that it wouldn't meet the requirements. But within half an hour, it verified that we could go ahead and move forward with our project, which was extremely valuable. Well, the issue for us was at the time was the purchase of the irrigation equipment in time for this year, and so we had a fairly small window to make the decision: do we go ahead and pull the trigger and commit to purchasing the equipment this year, or wait? And if we would have had to go through the traditional channels of design work, it would have taken much longer, obviously. Well, if I hadn't had that information, it would have probably taken an additional year, just because it would have taken me, well, however long it took to get I would have had to hire an engineer to do an engineered plan before I could determine if indeed that site was a logical site for a pond. And so I think the advantage, I think Tom's software is really changing the way engineers are going to do their job. I mean, it became very apparent to us that we put out 3 bids for engineering firms to get the plans made, and 2 came back with extremely high bids. The third one, and all 3 had access to the information from Tom that I passed that along with when I asked him to present a bid. And the third was I would say a more progressive engineering firm that can see the writing on the wall and realize that their business is changing, and they need to adapt and use some of the newer technology. And so they were willing to use the information that was provided by Tom's program to reduce their costs and speed up the process. And so obviously that was the firm that we worked with. So I mean, it was a tenfold difference in cost between the firm we went with and the more traditional approach. But Tom's plan had estimated construction costs. They had the height of the dam. They had the surface area, It had the area of drainage that would be filling the pond, which is a crucial number to make sure that the size of the pond matched the drainage area. You know, it had pretty much, it had the acre feet of water, had the surface area. It included all the information that our contractor would have needed to build the dam and the pond off of those plans. Well, to me, it's the efficiency, both time and cost of being able to speed up the decision-making process and allow us to move forward in a, you know, with good information much quicker than we could have otherwise.